Hey everybody, this is John and we are in the basement. I'm going to give you guys a tour of my eBay headquarters, my facility. I actually own a building in my small town. I decided that we were making a ton of money on eBay and I thought that it'd be really cool to like invest some of that money in real estate. And I did this like 5-6 years ago, and over time I've slowly converted this building into my eBay headquarters. That's what I use the basement for, but now I use both the basement and the upstairs for complete and total eBay. I did have a store for a while. If some of you guys who followed me for a while would remember, you would know that I did have an antique store, and then I tried doing a pop culture store, and I decided that that wasn't something that I was interested in doing. And now I just have this big building. It ain't big, it's probably about 2,600 square feet, and it's all dedicated to my eBay business and reselling in general. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around. I'm going to show you my inventory system. I'm going to show you how I'm currently doing things, and maybe it'll give you an idea on how you can do things yourself, and maybe you can build off of some of my stuff that goes on up here. I do have ADHD, so sometimes I don't speak the clearest, but hopefully you understand what I'm getting at. So we're going to turn it around here and we're going to look. We've got this whole basement, which is probably from like wall to wall is about 15 feet wide, and we have aisles. Fortunately, this used to be a jewelry store, so fortunately they built all of these shelves in here. See, this one goes all the way down that side too. Got all of these totes, but fortunately it was a jewelry store, so they used all of these shelves for you know, display, or for storing their old displays and stuff. I don't really understand what they needed this much storage space for a jewelry store, but they got it. So anyways, this is where I keep all of my shipping boxes. We reuse a lot of our boxes and packing material. We have people that save it for us and they bring it into us, and that's how we save a ton of money. We've got all the boxes that you could ever want. We do have some priority mail boxes. We don't really use those anymore. We have some waste cardboard here that we use to cut up to put in as packing, and then we have a bunch of envelopes there and tape and stuff, and everything is sorted by size. My wife likes it like this, and whatever she wants she gets. But we have the black shelving here, and then I have more black shelving here, and all of this stuff is just we know where it's at by memory. To be honest, it really isn't that much stuff. We have about 3,000 items that are listed on eBay, and this is just a mess back here. It's some of our prep stuff. This is my wife's eBay stuff, and then we have food and stuff back there in case something bad ever happens. You need to be preparing in case something bad happens, because you never know. This is one of our fallback locations. If like something happened and our house was destroyed in a natural disaster, then we would have a place here. So we keep food here and stuff, but that's for a different time. I really do like prepping, and I really do like being prepared for stuff like that. So don't be surprised if you see more of that come up on a different channel in the future. But so we store everything down here. I do have stuff in key locations, like this is like music, cassettes. So if I know if I sell a CD, it's going to be here. 8-track is here, record is there. So I kind of do have stuff like to where it's easy to know where it's at. Like here's all my VHSs, here's sealed VHSs, DVDs, and then the rest of the stuff is just, I label it like black shelf or metal shelf. And that gives me an idea of where the stuff's going to be at. And books. I've got a bookcase here full of books. And then if we come over here, we can see that I've got a bunch more boxes. Oh my gosh, we got a ton of postal boxes. I need to take them back. Some of them back to the post office. But when people tell you not to buy like yearbooks, they're really not wrong. Like I've got tons of yearbooks. I probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 or 70 yearbooks here. And they really don't sell too well. But I can't throw them away because I feel like I've been entrusted with these tomes of history, and I don't want to get rid of them. I want to be able to find the right home. I just did sell one the other day for like 20 bucks, so that's pretty cool. But I do have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and way up there I have 7 racks for clothing. We sell quite a bit of clothing, and you know, we sell all kinds of stuff from like sports stuff to t-shirts to jeans. Anytime I can find jeans, I love to buy those. I've got some vintage Western wear there. And it's important when you store stuff in a basement that if you're going to do that, you need to keep it dry. So we have a dehumidifier that runs down here, and I have 2 backup dehumidifiers upstairs. So if a dehumidifier goes down, I can just really quickly put another one in, and we'll be back up running. These are all of my hats. I sell a lot of hats, but I've sold hats for years. But unfortunately, with YouTube, a lot of us YouTubers give up our secrets, and the hat thing is just so overplayed now that they're really not. I don't know. I've marked them down. If you go to my store, link below, if you see a hat that you like, make me an offer. You'll probably end up with it. Now, my stuff here, my totes, it starts at A and ends in F. And there's roughly about like 3, 6, 9. There's roughly about 9 to 12 totes per section. And as you can see, a lot of them, some of them are kind of empty. Like that's kind of empty. What I'll eventually do is I'll take the items from here, like everything in the SKU line, the third line. When you list, you have the title, subtitle, and then they have that third SKU line. That's where I put like tote F1. So if I'm looking, if I sell a trestle and it's in tote F1, I know to come here, and that's where it'll be. I'll find it. But what I'll do is when I get ready to combine totes, so that I see I need another tote to list to put stuff in, I will get on there and I will search by tote F1 in that SKU line. There's a way you can search for just items in that tote. And as I condense totes down, one, I readjust my prices. I reevaluate every item in that tote. And then what I'll do is I'll just mass change everything from F1 to say F2, combine the totes together, and it works pretty good. Some of you guys are like, what the heck are you talking about? Sometimes I wonder myself. But so I've got all of these totes here. You know, like in here, one thing that I'm done buying, this is ball gloves. I'm done with them. They're another thing that seems to be overdone. I have there's probably not too many totes that you couldn't pull out that I don't have like a ball glove in it or something like that. Like here's a tote here with a ball glove. I just have bought so many ball gloves that I just need to sell them. This light here is going bad. That's the problem. When you own a building, there's always something going wrong with the building. I need to put a roof on this building, and it's going to cost me like $20,000. But I went yesterday and bought a $6,000 lawnmower. Good thing I'm really good at selling on eBay, or I would be broke. That's what me and my wife do full time. A lot of the people out there, they're making a ton of money off YouTube and doing all kinds of other stuff. I mean, you can watch those guys. They probably have some good content, but man, if you watch my channel, I am making I'm selling over 100. Last year we did like $125,000 in sales. I'm doing that in Southeast Missouri, and like that's pretty impressive. Like I don't live anywhere near a major city. I don't have a lot of good sourcing opportunities. I'm just smart. You got to be smart to do this, or you got to be really good at YouTube. That really helps too, because some of those YouTubers are making crazy money. When you see a YouTuber that is getting videos that has like 100,000 views on them, like you have to know they're probably making like $8 grand or something on that video, which is absolutely insane. I've got more shelving here. I do hang some stuff from the ceiling. Don't look at that guy, he's naked. I've got a computer here that I've got mounted to the wall. I got a screen, so what I'll do is I'll come to the basement, I'll look at my orders, see what I got to pull, and as I pull up those orders on my computer screen there, it'll tell me where it's located. I would do that, but my wife's already been here and pulled all of her orders. And so I'll pull up an order here, and say if it's an A7, then I just walk over here and I look for it in this tote. The reason why I started doing inventory, because I would search for hours for stuff. Like we have 3,000 items listed, so you can imagine how long that would take. It'd take a long time, especially if you don't know where your stuff's at. Like it just sucks. So that's all downstairs pretty much. There's my dehumidifier over there. Like I told you, it's definitely important in these old buildings to keep the water out of them, because you will get mold issues. And yeah, but that's the other rack there that I use to put coats on. More boxes that need to be broke down. I pay my boys $1/4 a box to break boxes down, just trying to get them involved so that they can you know, make money, because I don't want them to be spoiled brats. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab these two DVDs here, and we're gonna go upstairs, and I'm gonna show you upstairs. I like to decorate my stuff here. I've got fighter jets, and I got my Def Leppard, I got my Live Long and Prosper. And then if you look here, I don't know why I did this, but I got like a little muscle man, a little gummy bear guy, a little dinosaur. I'm really kind of a big dork. I want to give a shout out to Pat D's. He gave me that. Pat D's Traveling Picker. He gave me that license plate, and he gave me that license plate. I only see 444, but there's a little chipmunk hiding there, and there's my fallout shelter thing. So let's go upstairs. You've seen enough of my basement. This is the back room. It's gonna be a little loud. I've got an air conditioner right there. That's my workbench. It's a little covered up. I've got stuff whenever I bring stuff in. What I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to take it and put it in totes, so that I know that these totes is what needs to be listed, and I can grab a tote, take it up front, and go to my listing station and work. But instead, it just gets scattered all over the place. This is my wonderful wife's mess here. I've told her I really like things to be organized, but she's not okay with that. She likes to do whatever she wants to do. This is my upstairs. I collect a lot of stuff. I buy a lot of stuff and I collect a lot of stuff. Kind of my man cave, but this is where the work happens. This is where I like to list. And I have a wheelchair. I'm not like Paige. I have both of my legs. I'm not a 1-foot flipper. I'm not a 1-foot flipper at all. I think they're comfortable. If people got to sit in them things all day, you figure they're a little bit comfortable. But this is where I list at. This is where I photograph. This is where I do my clothing. I have, definitely you need a ring light. You got to get one of these. These are definitely important. Even if you don't have a building, a ring light is definitely important. I like the wood background. They say that Google doesn't pick it up, and I honestly don't care. I like the way it looks. I think it makes my photo stand out. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I just ate a piece of pizza. So anyways, I have this for doing my listing for my small items. Say I want to list this here, I put that there, and I will take pictures of it, and that's how I list. Something like that looks really good. You want to get something light up front so that you don't have any shadows. But I love that wood. And then this here, I can hang a garment from here, and then I'll show you. Let me flip this bad boy on. Ooh, look at that light. And that really works really good. I'll turn this around here, and then I have an overhead light here that I turn on. Oh, now we're just in business. And that's how I do pictures of my garments. Whenever you take pictures of clothing, I have a little ruler right here, and that'll give, I use that for my measurements on my garments. And then I have like a little pointy finger that I'll point to the imperfections, because nobody wants to see these sausages in their photos. I like to leave it up to, like, I think women will buy I'll sell women's clothing, and I think that women will buy women's clothing a lot quicker from women than they will men. I don't know, I just got this sneaking suspicion. I just think that way. When you're poor and you don't know you're poor, you're okay with that, I guess. And when you're 5, you don't know you're poor. Yeah, you can tell things are a little different, things are a little tight. But if you work really hard in life and you grow up, you can have nice things. But you can't skip the working hard part. So many people do not want to work hard. They just want to do whatever, and they think that people owe them stuff. But that's not the way it works. One last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I do have another little side business. I have a little auction, and I do it off of those 2 racks, and I probably make somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000 a month. Not really, probably $500 to $1,000, depends on how good the auction is. And it's a little Facebook group, and all I do is I come over here, I take pictures of the item, I post it in there, and I start my auctions on a Saturday at early in the morning at like 6 a.m. And then I allow people to bid on it all week, all the way up till Wednesday. The auction ends at 7 Wednesday. And then Thursday, they come in between the hours of 4 and 7 and they pick up their stuff here most of the time. Some people do not want to pick up their stuff, but for the most part, everyone picks up. I make, like, I make, probably extra $500-600 a month, and it helps pay for this place. On a good month, I'll make $1,000. And like, this place isn't cheap. My electric bill here runs probably about $150 a month. My insurance is $130 a month. My gas bill in the winter time is probably like $150 a month. So you can tell that it can be kind of expensive. I don't have a building payment on here. It's paid for, and the reason why it's paid for is because I own a farm that's worth quite a bit of money, and I use the farm as equity to buy the building. So I don't have a payment on this building, but my farm payment's like $700 a month. So if you look, we're paying somewhere around $1,000 a month to have this building, and that's quite a bit. It is quite a bit, but to me it's worth it for now. One day it might not be, and I'll sell it then. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was just me walking around having a conversation with you guys. I know I'm not super exciting, but I know that you guys appreciate my genuine honesty with you guys about being a reseller, and that's why you guys are watching. So you guys have a good day, and God bless you guys.